We got time, baby. We got all the time, don't we? You better hope we got time. All the sweet sounds. That's good popping.
The recording has started.
The recording has started. Hey, what's up, people? This is your boy Enigma September, and you are now listening to the Enigma Sept Hour, powered by Freedom Train Radio. Shouts out to my boys Pat and Joe, and all the podcasts that you can find available at Freedom Train Radio at www.freedomtrainradio.com. So this episode and all the other episodes of Enigma Sept Hour you can find there, as well as other podcasts available through that network. So that's that. We are here. This is episode 11, and I am glad to be here because your boy got way too turned up last Saturday. It was not nice. That's all I'm going to say about that. What stays in top flight stays at top flight. And that's it. I'm done. I am done. But I am glad to be here. And I'm also glad to have a special guest, my man BusterWolf. Always but physical. I am a wolf. Now I know you guys have heard me say that time and time again throughout the podcast. Whenever I played a song that featured BusterWolf. But guess what? My man's gonna be on the show, and I'm not gonna ask him about that because I'm sure he has no idea that I do that or what that means until he listens to the podcast, and then I guess he will know, right? Soon, hopefully. BusterWolf, if you're listening, yeah. Actually, I get to explain it. It's a not a meme. It's a vine. It's a vine. Try to look for it. I can't tell you where to go. Who knows? Anyway, my man Buster was gonna be on the show. We got a couple of tracks. We're gonna find out what's going on with him. I'm curious because man's be everywhere, doing everything. One day he's a rapper, and he's a photographer, and all this other stuff. He lives a very interesting life, and I'm interested to learn more about him. More than I already know. He's a local artist here in Tallahassee. And I would say artist versus just a rapper. A man do a lot. Also, too, he has collaborated and performed a lot with a previous podcast alumni, if you will, Artisan P. So they've done a lot of stuff. Actually, gonna play one of their tracks they've done together later in the podcast. So without further ado, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Gonna play. I'll play myself. Nah, not just that. It's a song, me, J.See, um, the word, and you're gonna listen to it live here on the Enigma Sept Hour. You got time, baby. You got time.
Dom King. I rap for Big Boy. I rap for Andre. I rap because the South still got something to say. I rap because these motherfuckers stay asleep. I got all of this and they still counting sheep. I rap because my thoughts keep me up at night. I rap because these silly niggas know that I'm nice. I rap for the pleasure. I rap for the pain. I rap because I said I never fucking rap again. I rap because Outlaw gave me the hookup. I rap because J.See told me to cook up. I rap for the game. I rap for the flows. Sometimes shit. I rap for these souls. No matter what, just know I rap from the heart. Enigma Sept Hour always rip these niggas apart. Fuckers, I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. My paradigm tight, got me ready to fight. Yeah, I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. My paradigm tight, got me ready to fight. I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. My paradigm tight, got me ready to fight. I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. My paradigm tight. Filled with the knowledge of wisdom and understanding. Made for the sense, first line they be landing. The last Jedi, now performing the mind trick. Transforms over time, that Optimus Prime shift. On a paradigm, cause the power to the people in a certain White House. Will it be Resident Evil? Fools on the wall, but what I building the bridge. What type of world are we really leaving the kids? So we'll hold the rising of another dark night. Cause when I'm on the mic, my writing come on the light. And if you riding with me, you want a magical bus. Cause every verse I bust in celebration of us. Trust, the word is bomb. The songs from my palm be helping to keep calm. Cause I ain't singing nothing for you to say that it's clever when I'm straight out of Compton, rapper with Wakanda forever. I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. My paradigm tight, got me ready to fight. Yeah, I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. My paradigm tight, got me ready to fight. I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. My paradigm tight, got me ready to fight. I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. My paradigm tight. I'm in the limelight. My third eye sight got me, yeah. I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. My third eye sight got me ready to fight. Cause I rhyme tight. My third eye sight got me ready to fight. I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. My third eye sight.
You got time, baby. You got time. You got time. You got time. That was J.See featuring myself, Enigma September, with the word. Shouts out to my man J.See for putting your boy, asking your boy to cook up. It was highly appreciated. I enjoy that track. And speaking of, yeah, I put in this good plug. If you're interested, man, we got the Yin Yang Twins. Those that are living in Tallahassee or close by. Got the Yin Yang Twins on October 16th. That's not this Tuesday, Tuesday after that. All right. Yours truly will be one of the opening acts. All right. And some kind of way or another, I'm going to try to perform that song. Unfortunately, my man J.See won't be able to make it, even though he was originally on the bill. But we're going to try to do it in his honor because he can't be there because he got other things to do. We also got Gent, the DJ, is going to be on the joint. Don John, who was on the Enigma Sept Hour, he's on the bill. Tarif Knockout, who's been on the Enigma Sept Hour, he's on the bill. Got Rothoro, you've heard his music on here. The Beast, you've heard his music on here. Little Purple Zombie, Black Tarzan, what up, bro? And Dervin Deshaun, you know what I'm saying, be DJing, and he also got a set as well. So big up to my homies. We're gonna be doing our thing, warming the crowd up for the Yin Yang Twins to come out and do their thing. And I would have not imagined that at this time in my life, I will be saying that I will be not only an opening act for the Yin Yang Twins, but to say that this isn't my first time. I've done it before. I'm not going to do it again because here we go again. I don't have fans, so I'm not gonna, you guys can get that. Anyway, man, we're going to go into these top 10 hot rap albums of the week. All right, y'all ready? Drum roll, please. Please, anyone. with a drum. Roll it. Okay, no one's gonna roll. All right, number one, Brockhampton with a name I can't pronounce. This is why I have a newspaper journalism degree. Newspaper. You see that degree right there? Newspaper, not broadcast. Didn't do that. Iridescence. That's it, right? Iridescence. Iridescence. Hey, at me, bro. Hit me on Twitter. Say Enigma. This is how you pronounce the word. So next week, when it falls down to number 8, shade, I can be able to pronounce it. Number 2, Eminem with Kamikaze. Number 3, Drake with Scorpion. Number 4, Travis Scott with Astro World. Houston is in the building. Y'all know that. Number 5, Post Malone with Beer Bongs and Bentleys. And yes, you heard me correctly yesterday. Last week. Plant. Number 6, Juice World, Goodbye and Good Riddance. Shouts out to Tariq Knockout. Juice World is coming back to Tallahassee, and Tariq will be on that bill. So big up to him for that. Number 7, Nicki Minaj with Queen. Number 8, Triple X Tentacion with Question. Number 9, a new entry, Memphis. Memphis in the building. Young Dolph with Role Model. Number 10, Cardi B with Invasion of Privacy. So those are your top 10 hot rap albums of the week. And now the hot rap songs of the week. And good God, God Almighty. Yes, the Billboard gods has heard my prayer up from up high, looking down low in the valley of lowly podcasts, lowly hip hop podcasts. Look down upon my heart and all of my wishes. It has delivered to his son, Enigma September, their son, because there's more than one Billboard God. Yeah, this is Polly. We're doing Polly. The number one rap song of the week is not that song. Number one rap song of the week is Juice WRLD, Lucid Dreams. I granted, I don't care for much of that song as well, but thank God it's not in my feelings. Oh, I feel like weight has fallen from my shoulders. Oh, thank you, Billboard gods, for doing that, or just fans for saying, you know what, the summer is over. No more in my feelings challenge. So, number 1, Juice WRLD, Lucid Dreams. Number 2, Post Malone with Better Now. Plant. Number three is Drake in my feelings. Number 4, Eminem with Kill Shot. Beard's weird. Beard's weird. Number 5, Travis Scott with Sicko Mode. Number 6, Cardi B with I Like It. Number 7, Tekashi 6ix9ine featuring Nicki Minaj and Murder Beats with Fifi. Number 8, Kanye West and Lil Pump with I Love It. Number 9, you guessed it, Tiger featuring Offset with Taste. And number 10, because he still reigns supreme, Drake with Nonstop. So those are your top hot rap albums and rap songs. And my feelings is finally dying off. Thank you, fans, for not playing that song anymore and not playing on YouTube. Enigma Sept loves you and thanks you for that. I ain't hating because Drake has all the success he needs and wants, and I actually like the guy, but variety. Let's change some things up. Anyway, we're gonna get to this next track, man. Artisan P featuring BusterWolf, Have No Fear, on the Enigma Sept Hour. You got time, baby. You got time. Listen up. Yo, y'all just don't know how happy I was yesterday when I read that. Thank you. Wow.
Grill stay pretty, girls are sitting pretty. I had a lovely dream. I was busting out my seam in the inside stuffy pieces of apple pie and ice cream. I had another dream. I was busting out my seams, sitting side stuffing faces of apple pie and ice cream. I'm laughing at the irony of all that imagery. When flashing blue and red bring me to reality. No caviar where we are. Why'd you ask me that? To make this art, we had to start. That was a
Also, too,
caveat.
anybody in the live
Thousands
joint,
and millions of
if you're
problems I
interested,
got, but I'm not
I got tickets to the Yin Yang, concert. If you're interested, hit me in the comments below. Or you know, DM, Instagram, Facebook at Enigma Sept, or Twitter at Enigma Sept 9. So get at your boy.
When the cool men needle, the wolf get evil, neither MC, neither C. There's a we can rhyme autobiographies. We've seen the atrocities, Memphis and Mephistopheles. I take through crates, rooted below the surface. In a place you wouldn't notice, and I'm floating up and out of focus, growing like a lotus. Yo, whether or not you like it, I strike this when ink spills. A hunter-gatherer hoarding prey for the kill. The game is honored when devouring the flesh of the weak. Everything works out in the end. I felt the sense urgent. I wonder when my words went. I purged the dirge and attempt to observe them in the worst way. Felt the thirst at first, found comfort in a verse. I fell into a frenzy with a 40-ounce to nurse. I dig through crates, rooted below the surface. In a place you wouldn't notice, and I'm floating up and out of focus. Growing like a lotus, and I dig through crates, rooted below the surface. In a place you won't notice, and I'm floating up and out of focus. And I'm growing like a lotus.
You goddamn right, it's black enough for me. This is Enigma September, and you are listening to the Enigma Sept Hour, powered by Freedom Train Radio. What's good? That was my man Artisan P, featuring BusterWolf, and always but physical. I am a wolf. With have no fear, and have no fear about that bark. Yeah, I did it, but don't fear it. Anyway, man, we're gonna get into the hot takes of the week. Your boy Enigma Sept gonna tell you what I see out here in these streets and what I think about it for a good 10-15 minutes. So hold tight. Learn some good news. Well, not good news. I mean, decent news. Interesting. The good word would be interesting. Quavo of Migos fame is dropping a solo project. So all you guys that were waiting for Jadakiss to drop that solo album, is happening. He is the Jadakiss of the group. So it'd be interesting what the reception would be, if people will accept Quavo as a solo artist, and how well will they receive him, and can he deliver? You know, will he be the Jadakiss or will he be the Beyonce? Because most people call him the Beyonce of the group. Even though I think Offset the one that got Cardi pregnant, right? To me, he's the one that's getting the most attention. Do it look like I lift our bag and boogie? Do it like I lift our bag and boogie? Do it look like I lift our bag and boogie? So Quavo goes like, all right, I guess. Ray Shimmer, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what he can do. I was amazed that what was that website that I looked at? Not Hip Hop DX. Double XL. Wow, Double XL. They did not know apparently that his album cover that he put out was fashioned in Salvador Dali style. Anybody knows Salvador Dali? He usually have like images that look like an image, but then it's made up of other images. It's clearly Salvador Dali, but on double XL website, it was like it looks weird. It's kind of trippy. We don't know where it's coming from. Like it's Salvador Dali, you idiots. Well, maybe just me, because Salvador Dali is my second favorite artist behind Michelangelo. So maybe I'm just being a snob, but I thought Salvador Dali was, he's up there with Michelangelo or Leonardo da Vinci or, just regular pop icons from the past. Um, I don't. That degree don't mean nothing. So apparently. Speaking of dropping crap, Eminem dropped a video for Venom. Um, I wonder why. Why would he drop a video for Venom all of a sudden? Who knows? Maybe a movie is coming out. Um, ain't gonna lie, the song is not one of my favorites. It did kind of take away from the album, but I gave it an excuse because I knew what it was. It was just an add-on because they was gonna add it to the soundtrack, and they was just kind of like, all right, you trying to make some money off these streams. So I kind of wish they would have left it off the album. And or I wish he would have went and got Tech Nine because it sounded like a Tech Nine song. Really, he should have got Tech Nine on there. Get my man some money. You know what I mean? Put my man's on. That's apparently the homie. They only did a couple of tracks together. Eminem is from the Midwest, Kansas City. I think he was born in Kansas City. I'll let your boy. It's crazy. It makes too much sense for it not to happen. But hey, common sense ain't common, I guess. I was like, bro, what was you doing? So also, before I get on to the next topic, shouts out to my man Mike Massey. What up, bro? My boy Rick High. I wonder if the boys want tonight. I guess I know when I actually listen to my podcast myself. And by that time, I should know. Y'all can hit me up at me. Yo, Enigma, you fucking with your podcast, bro? You heard it yet? Speaking of people not listening to their stuff, Lil Wayne was interviewed by Yella nigga Elliot Wilson on The Crown, which is available to title users. And I am a title subscriber. I do it for the culture. And yeah, the man said he hadn't listened to Carter Five. He was like, nah, I haven't listened to it. All right. Well, I think what he meant though was he has like listen to it. One, I get it. You're an artist. You heard all of those songs 1,000 times, recording it, going over it, re-editing, going over it. Plus, he's had those songs for like 5, 6 years, so I get it. He's like, I'm done with those songs. You probably got new stuff you want to put out now, but he got to roll through this album. So I get why he hasn't listened to it yet. But yeah, that was interesting. Like, damn, Wayne, you fucking with your album? You listen to it yet? You know what's on it? You know what's going on your album? Um, you say he listened to the first part with his mom talking, and he was like, that's the first time he kind of heard her emotional. He was like, he couldn't get through it after that. But that was weird that he mentioned that he did not know uh, Triple X Tentacion. Probably one of the most powerful songs on there, especially being the first song. According to Wayne in the interview, Mac Main was responsible for the track listing and pretty much like the guests he worked with, how things were set up. So yeah, I guess Wayne is fucking with his album, but he definitely wasn't as involved. But I get it. Again, because of the situation, he was just trying to get it out. Pause. So yeah, I still listen to my stuff. I don't care what y'all say. I was listening to Super Enigma the other day, but on repeat. I fucks with my albums or my EPs, if you will. But now, shout out my man Mike Massey, man. I want to get into this Ella Mae versus Jacquees, and apparently the situation. And I shout out Mike Massey because he asked me about it. He was like, "What you think about the Ella Mae and Jacquees thing?" I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. What do I think about it?" For those who don't know, and I don't know everything about it, but apparently Ella Mae has a song, and she just dropped it. You know, she had the her "In My Feelings" song, and "In My Feelings." I'm not gonna sing that song for y'all. But she dropped a new joint. She's trying to push it, and then up comes Jacquees with a remix with a video they posted on YouTube, and apparently the video was open for monetization. And so the people over at Ella Mae camp put a cease and put a desist and stop order, like, yo, chill, bro, put that down. So they shut that whole thing down. There was some beef, or not beef, but people was like, dang, why they hating on Jacquees? Some people say Jacquees had a better, it was better sounding, and that her camp was trying to stop him because he had a better sounding song, or his version sounded better than hers. So and I don't know, like I'm on the fence with Jacquees. I think apparently he may be able to hold a note, perhaps a little bit, but he's definitely the auto tune definitely helps him out. I can say that. I'm pretty sure he can sing. Not quite sure if he can sing. I'm not quite sure if Ella Mae can sing, if you will. But yeah, but the people then also too, I know watching the Joe Button podcast, and Rory brought up that rappers, used to beat Jack all the time. And he was basically saying like, what's the difference? And at first I was like, that's a good point, And then plus, I think a lot of people got comfortable because Ella Mae, because of her last joint, and T Pain remixed it. All these people were remixing, so I think Jacquees got a little excited. Was like, "Hey, this is Ella Mae. This is the thing to do. Let's take her songs and remix it, and then try to make it my own, just to get some views." But the thing with that though is they're primarily R&B artists. Ella Mae is an R&B artist. She's not a rapper. So I know the culture in beat jacking was actually not just jacking the beat because it's popular, but trying to make it your own, and also too like trying to do better things, especially after 50 Cent came out. Like that was his whole thing. It was like, I'm gonna take your track and I'm gonna make it better. And come back around, Lil Wayne, he jacked the J.See joint. I forgot the name of the song, but he killed that. It was, yeah. I think a lot of people would admit like Lil Wayne version was better than the single that Jay-Z put out. Um, but that's like when you do the beat jack, that's what you're trying to do. But in hip hop, you have that competition. You have that. Yo, I'm trying to one up someone. That's not necessarily the same uh with R&B. Especially you got two people that really ain't singing. This ain't Aretha versus Patti LaBelle. Ain't nobody trying to hold notes and try to see who can hit the highest pitch. And then also too, I think the difference is when a rapper beat jacks, you definitely not going word for word. You're not remaking the song. You're taking a beat and then you're trying to recreate a whole another situation. You just taking the beat because the beat hot. You know what I mean? But from what I can tell, Jacquees was, trying to make the song his, taking the beat, the hook, I think he changed some of the verses, but the hook and the beat was the same. It's like, bro, nah. Especially she's trying to build, and also too, she's a new artist. It's not like 50 Cent versus Jay-Z, where Jay-Z was already established. Or if you want to, take an R&B, it's not like if it was, I don't know, somebody like let's say Jill Scott dropped a song and he tried to remake that, or remake a Jill Scott song. That would make sense. That he can kind of go with that because Jill Scott is established. Or even I think Erykah Badu redid the Drake song that Drake took from Drum, Shade, but she remixed it, but it wasn't. But then she beat Jack, but she didn't take the song. But even she did. Erykah Badu is established. Drake is established, so there's not much to it. But you got two new artists, especially with Ella Mae trying to still get a footing in the game and try to prove that she's not a one-hit wonder. Yeah, I can imagine how people gonna be like, "Nah, bro, you just can't take our shine like that. We put money in this. We invest the money. Don't do that." So I don't see anything wrong with uh, Ella Mae's count. Who over there? Mustard, DJ Mustard, and everybody over there shutting Jacquees down. Yeah, chill out, bro. Hell wrong with you? Anyway, enough about that. All these popular people making money. We gonna get into some real folk, and what's real to me, without further ado, is my man BusterWolf. What's up, Mr. Garcia?
Yo, yeah. Let's talk about not popular people not making any money.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They making money. They all right.
Nail on the head. Real quick, I just gotta say, if you're listening to the best of Tallahassee hip hop, you're listening to the Enigma Sept Hour live from Tallahassee.
Yeah, we're gonna put that pause right there because I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna cut it up.
Yo, I had to do it.
Yo, that was my man. You got the radio voice. You better than me. Hey, don't try to Jacquees my podcast, bro.
Yeah. I'm podcast jacking. That's the new hotness.
Pause. That's crazy.
I like how you say Dali. You know what I mean? You say Dali.
Yo, hey, I got a newspaper journalism degree. I'm trying to tell people.
That's it, right on top of Alfred Crouch.
Oh yeah. That's my man. I try to make it spicy, What's funny is I got what's in there? It's a CD holder, and I think hip hop albums. I have a whole collection of hip hop albums in the Oscar the Grouch back then. Little known fact. So yeah, you guys go and run with it. Clearly, Enigma Sept hasn't watched the DVDs because I don't have any abs. So BusterWolf has abs because he's small, which is great because it means he's gonna live a longer life than I am. Anyway, enough of the shenanigans, bro.
My original name before BusterWolf was Hungry Wolf, so you gotta keep up that shit.
Right. My man be getting in. Yo, I gotta admit though, I said I wasn't gonna say nothing, I said I'll just leave it at the beginning of the podcast for you to find out. But every time I announce a song that you on, I always add this Vine that I saw maybe a year ago. It was some guy, and he was just like, in every ways, but every way but physical, I am a wolf. And yeah, so every time I hear your name, that thing pops up in my head. So yeah, just know that.
yeah, that's cool, man. That name is a very obscure reference to a fighting video game from back in the day, but it sounds like a name. And it's weird because sometimes people call me Buster, and I'm like, don't fucking call me that.
Right. I always thought about that, like with Buster Rhymes. Like people pull up to him and be like, "Yo, Buster." I'm like, wait, bro. Oh, call me Mr. Rhymes or something. Don't just no. So yeah, to see that you had the same line of thinking.
Say the whole thing. You know, just say the whole thing.
Right.
Say Buster Wolf. Don't just say, "What's up, Buster?" Every time people say that to me, I'm just like, "Yo, just call me Louie, man."
Right. don't do that. And then even worse if some Mexican from California, they're gonna really go with the like, hey, Buster, little Mark.
I
like, wait, what?
Really take into consideration the regional differences, and what's up, Buster? I didn't really think about that.
Right. Yeah, that'll be. This one go to the West Coast. Shouts out to J.See. Like, hold up. But yo, get into it, man. Where are you at? Not your location, not your locale, but in regards to this rap thing, because I know you've been back and forth in regards to, I guess, being retired or semi-retired. Hell, I'm semi-retired. So what is your status in regards to hip hop right now as an artist?
Oh my God. All right. Well, I'm 35, bro. I've definitely realized at this point I am not gonna make it as a rapper. Like, and not only that, but I'm burnt out on it. You know what I mean? Like, I've been doing this. Man, look at my website. I have like 13, 14 albums, and I'm not talking like singles and remixes. I mean, I have full projects. I'm burnt out on it. I don't want to rap anymore. Not because I fell out of love with it, but because I want to pursue other creative endeavors. So I'm doing, I started doing beats. I started drawing more. I started doing photography because I found for me personally that at this point in my life that writing rap lyrics was severely limiting to me as a creative person. Like, when I write, I'm not trying to write with the intention of, okay, this has to be in a song. Here's verse 1, here's the chorus, here's verse 2. Like, that's limiting to me. That's limiting my creativity, and I don't like that feeling. So for me, as far as rap goes, like, I really don't, I'll play a show here and there. I went from doing like 3 or 4 shows a month to 3 or 4 shows a year.
Right.
And really only because, Artisan P will be like trying to like get me out of the cave and get me out of the hermitage that I'm in right now and get me, to perform. But really, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, I'm not as enamored with it as I once was when I was younger. And, to me, it's like, well, let me just leave it to these young kids because, part of me is like, ain't nobody really trying to listen to what I'm kicking anyway. So let me just work on stuff that I'm proud of, that I find creative relief in, and rap just is not doing it for me in this moment. That's liable to change, you know what I'm saying? But that's where I'm at right now.
Nah, I feel you, man. I mean, shoot, I just turned 38, so trust me, I know how you feel. Like I said, I'm kind of in the same boat where, as far as like projects go, I just now don't have the energy. I ain't got the money. Mainly because I have a daughter and she got to eat, and I just can't. What's the word? I can't justify, dumping the type of money that will be needed to make a full-length project.
Right.
When I know that she needs stuff.
It's not even just money. It's really. Yeah, I'm sure you can relate having a child that is time and energy as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, for you to come home from the 9 to 5, to sit there and work on a track the way you used to when you were younger, when you had that time.
Right.
That's not the reality of being older, and I almost envy these younger cats. You know what I'm saying? They're so hungry and they got the time, and and the energy to do that. I don't. I have bills to pay. Like you have a child to feed. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like we
right,
have, and it's not to say that you fell out of love with it altogether, but you have to look. You have to balance that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have the resources that a lot of cats have, and we got to do the best we can with what we have while still being, fans of this culture and still wanting to contribute to it in whatever way we can, be it the radio show, be it the podcast, be it, making beats or whatever, but you don't have the time and energy and resources. And as you get older, it's just like you really value your time and you're jealous and you're not jealous, you're greedy with your time because
right.
that's your most valuable asset. And for me, it's like, let me put that time and energy towards something that I can manage and is fulfilling for me. And I can imagine for you, it will be even more so having a child. Like I don't have any kids, but it's still a very delicate balance.
Right. Yeah, it definitely is, man. And like I said, the main thing is just, thinking that just the money, and then also too, I ain't out here really hustling. So to put money into something and not thinking or knowing that I'm gonna get the money back, like,
Like,
yeah, I don't know about that. But
mm,
you say I still enjoy it. I still like being part of the culture. So that's why I got the podcast, where I do the Underground Railroad with J.See. Oh shit, my bad. So in that sense, I'm still into it. But what I'm surprised is saying you don't have the energy because, bro, when you get on that stage, you be wilding. I'm trying to tell y'all see BusterWolf on stage? Check my IGs because I usually when he on stage, I'm recording. My man got hella energy. Again, I go back to not being a fat ass like myself and being able to jump around and do stuff.
yeah, it's funny you say on stage, but I'm rarely on stage. I'm jumping off the stage most of the time because
Right.
to me, like that's a whole different thing. Like sitting down and working on a track or writing and recording is so a completely different beast from being when you're on stage. Like, see, that's where Buster Wolf comes out. Like, I'm
Right.
not Louis when I'm on stage. That's my release.
Right.
That's my time to like take all that frustration and take all that negative energy and turn it into something positive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And really, that's the most animated anyone will ever see me because I honestly I do feel like a different person. Like you see a lot of my album art. It has a mask on it. That mask is actually from Puerto Rican culture. It's the Gigante, which is the name of my first full-length album. And the reason why I put a mask on so many of the albums is because Buster Wolf is in many ways like a mask for me. It is like an alter ego. It is a persona. And when I'm on stage, to me, that's the time to really engage with the people that come out to the shows and like give them what you know. It's hard to man.
Right.
It's hard to get people to come to shows, especially if there's a cover. So like I'm like these people came out. It's the weeknight, whatever. They paid a cover. Like I'm gonna put on a show. I'm gonna make them feel like they got their money's worth. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
The albums and all of that. I don't care if they buy that. Most of my shit is free online. You could buy my whole discography for like $8, $9. I don't care about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but when I'm on stage, I'm like, these people are physically present. They are watching you, and they are giving you their undivided attention. So for me, it's like, I don't care if you even understand the words that I'm saying. Like, this is a performance. This is a physical representation of my art. So I treat it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could go to a museum and see a piece of art. You could go to a movie and be entertained. You know what I'm saying? But like when you watching somebody on stage, and it's difficult in rap because a lot of times you're the only cat up there on stage.
Right.
You and the mic and the DJ, if you have one. We're not like we don't have the luxury of having a full band where it's like, well, sometimes we do, but there's so much happening on stage where just visually it's entertaining. Like you have to really command that stage and be a force on there to make people keep coming back out to want to see you. You know what I mean? So that's all I try to do.
Nah, I feel you, bro. Because I mean, that's what it is with me. Is when I get on stage, like I want to rock the crowd. I truly believe in being an MC, not making people be involved, but making sure they enjoy themselves, trying to have crowd participation. I feel like that's what you're an MC. You are there to control the party. So the idea, like you said, come with that energy because you don't have some of the extra stuff that maybe a rock band or a jazz band or whatever. Like you said, just you and the microphone.
Right.
So you got to be animated. You got to give them the visuals, to as much as possible. So yeah, we are in kinship in that regard when it comes down to rocking. So, but let me go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Step away from the talking of the performance and gives people a little piece of your recorded music. So we'll go ahead and drop the Gray. And then after that, we're gonna drop Factz. And we're gonna come back.
Produced by DJ Proof.
DJ, yeah, in Miami, right?
Yes, sir.
No doubt, no doubt. So y'all stay tuned. We're gonna hit you with the Gray and the Factz. My man BusterWolf live here on Enigma Sept Hour. You got time, baby.
games of time to play. Fuck the state, I'm running out of hate. Shit riding overflow, fighting overthrow. Overflow, backing it up, backing homes, I wrote it over coast. Just so when we got the glow, it's overflow, overcast, great dark city, cyphers in the bar city, walking with me like a job, some sharp witty. Protracted verses, as it is new devil. Old pump, just to recruit the new rebel. Open more rebel, repeat at your own peril. Dark brotherhood, whispering, dark mother listening, riot whispering. Keep the flying in the quicker wing, go like fuck me. Keep the boom bad, dusty, fuck me. Even acapella, you can't touch me. All see the North, Lily is supreme. Quick to the stop, motion dream. Coming with my team, we ducking laser beam. Fantastic, phantom. Niggas chucking city anthem. Especially all it's on your head, girl. Open great oscillate. I just have a common base. Stop the hate. Bringing heavy down to the atomic weight. Imaginate the compensate. Wait to put my junk in face. Name a common place. I'm running out of strength. Open great oscillate. I just have a common base. Stop the hate. Bringing heavy down to the atomic weight. Imaginate the compensate. Wait to put my junk in face. Name a common place. Focus state. I'm running out of space. I'm running out of space. Bastards up like I'm about to get the sample on. Breeze in the sky with the podium. Won't blow back with smack kids off the podium. Leave them seeds on to the sodium. Show me son, sort of dumb. My girl call me hobby like I'm opium. We all blow on with a less than stellar wingspan. Had a heart to sit man. Got more fruit than swing band. Higher than a Pegasus. Deletion lines like Jacquees. BK to daddy. Keep it daddy like a Nexus 6. 4 more years, 4 more biz. Sonny sort of clever mic course than anything you hold there. I'm joking you hip hop hopefuls with my foldables and hit the stage just in time to calibrate my vocals so it's overdue. Wolf speaking over Zoom. Google that while you wait for Senpai to notice you. Showing food for a move and calculate the distance. To where I witness you falling short like a lipstick. You dipshit, you dismissed, don't dare dilly dally. My team way down in Trinidad to see Gabby Black Gold. I ain't writing shit that I've added. Need quit it like my nasty cigarette habits. Been basic Cuban goals to making student zones. I force the corporate office making slaves out of human souls. Go home and write mine. Start shining when the sun grinds. Keep the art crimes in line and watch the ones I'm a kid. If I don't succeed, I'll play it well. Like when they had Wolf meditating in his jail cell. Now I step slow with the serpentine songs that won't stop to ponder. Got precious little time to squander on the shoulders of philosophers like Wanda. You could get slapped with 100 hand D Honda. Sonic cat, something that won't do well like you had first place. But I'm packing blue shell, 2 tails, honey, do the dirty on the third rail. Sale works real fragile. So it's curtail, straight up and straight off Zodiac carousel. My lines touch you like the opposite of braille. You snapping rat cats, black vision like cataract. Matter of fact, check the stats, moving at the level cap. Shit, if I need this rebel fact. All we got left is pot calling and kettle black. We about to settle that. Damn it, for my pedal back. Last in them old freaking speaking for the heat. I don't speaking off the speaker cause you off the meter. No way, yo. Pero bueno, suave. Ladies of the core wolf mask. Ya tu sabes. First the lobo, stay solo. Don't afraid, hard to break the mirrors on your bobo. Let them do it, girl. 4 pages and post there. Post me and get less and don't stare. Praise the sun like solar. Spit bitches till I die. I get by, see me little. Till I climb the tenement sky with me little. It ain't hard to tell who was good this time fell. I rhyme well. Whether sober or high as hell. When the industry lit it, we waited for your lifespan. I bypassed the circuitry, got more lines to write, man. What's the life, man. I might stand in the midst of your cipher and hijack the mic stand. Your rhymes is lame and dull. Only Ghost Rider, I fucks with rocks, chains, and a flaming skull. Got the beat burning like a motorbike, but you we hold the mic. Poems I write, I'm poison like a cobra strike.
Yeah, boy, just like that. This is Enigma Sept Hour. Your boy BusterWolf. That was the Gray and Factz. Yo, man, dope shit. You already know.
Yes, sir.
You good, man? You fucking with your shit?
You know, I'm getting my drink on. It's been a long day. I'm chilling out right now. You know, so yeah.
I ain't mad at you. I'm done. I ain't gonna go into it, boy. I'm done for a while. But back to the thing though, like especially listen to them tracks. Like who would you say either A is your favorite rap artist or the artist that has influenced you the most?
There is pretty much no way that I could say that there is one artist that, you know, influenced me the most. But, you know, I like the weirdos, you know what I'm saying? I like the weirdos. So, Cool Keith, right off the bat. And, you know, Dose One, Madlib, you know, Jay Dilla, MF Doom. When I was little, you know, back in '93, the album that just blew my mind with Wordplay and how different it was for the time was you know, Enter the 36 Chambers. So, you know, that had a big impact on me. But, you know, my dad got me into hip hop, and you know, I was in kindergarten listening to like De La Soul. His favorite rapper was LL Cool J and Slick Rick. So I grew up, you know, that was like a crash course for me on wordplay and storytelling because, you know, they were really influential pioneers. But he also really liked Fife, and I think Fife was one of his favorite MCs, and so that was kind of like my upbringing, and that influenced me a lot. But as I got older and weirder, I got into more like I didn't realize how many MCs were just like out of their mind. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cool Kids specifically, but also when you listen to somebody like RZA and, you know, his whole Bobby Digital alter ego and things like that, and then MF Doom has so many alter egos. Like, I liked that these personas, these MCs could not be confined to just one person. Like, they had to actually split their ideas into different projects and different personas because they were so creative with it that they couldn't just be this one artist, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was always really fascinating to me. So I would say, I mean, I know I just mentioned a lot of MCs, a lot of artists, but, you know, a lot of stuff outside of hip hop too. Like, I'm you know, like I said, I like the weirdos, man. I'm really influenced by Tom Waits and Mars Volta and a lot of salsa. My mom listened to salsa growing up, so Hector Lavoe is a really big influence on me. But also, you know, like it's hard for me to mention my influences and just stick to hip hop because there's so much outside of that influences what I consider to be my version of hip hop.
Right. No, I definitely understand. First of all, shouts out to Slick Rick and LL Cool J. They're probably my two favorite, if you will, old school rappers. Shoot, before Biggie, my favorite rapper was LL Cool J. So,
yeah, I mean, I can to this day. I mean, when I was no lie 5 years old, word for word, I knew every word of Slick Rick's children's story.
Right.
And it's still one of my favorite hip hop songs of all time.
Right, same here. And again, go back to, I think that influence, you know, as far as I know for me, if anything I can do as far as when it comes down to rapping or writing songs is storytelling. And that stems from, you know, just being descendant or a fan of Slick Rick. But also too with your music, I definitely like when I first like heard you like rapping and spitting or whatever. Like to me, I definitely got the the I would say the Spanish vibe, the Latin vibe in that. Like because you was rapping so rapidly, um, and it really just kind of reminded me of the tempo. You know what I'm saying of salsa or of other Latin influence, Latin genres, and not that I saw you and it was like, oh, he looked like he Latin, so that whatever. Like I can just tell from the way you were rapping and the style that you were rapping that I can hear that influence in the way you rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and that's cool. I definitely try to sprinkle some some Spanish into my lyrics from time to time, uh, because of that influence, but also because I don't know. I've had this really interesting experience being like ethnically ambiguous, where I've had people ask pretty much the worst question you can ask a brown person, which is, "What are you?"
Right,
Like
right,
literally, as soon as I get off stage, it's like, so you know, so you like my set, but your interest in me is contingent on what I am racially. You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right,
And so, I was like, this is a big part of who I am, and I need to really sprinkle that into not just the lyrics, but if you listen to the last whole album that I did, Old Blues Bomba Atlanta. Bomba Atlanta is like this Puerto Rican folklore culture, like music and storytelling, and I sampled a lot of that for that album, and it kind of like Puerto Ricans are a mix of the indigenous Taino people that lived in Puerto Rico, um, the Spaniards that enslaved them, and then also the Africans that they brought as well. So like
right,
I love that about my culture, and I really wanted, it like mezcla means mixed in Spanish, and like I wanted to do a remix of Bomba y Buena, and that's what that album was. So I do try by design to include those influences in my sound, just because like at least here in Tallahassee, there's just not a whole lot of, at least that I'm aware of, Latino MCs. So I try to sprinkle that in there just to kind of represent my culture a little bit, I guess.
no doubt, no doubt, and I think that's very, very important. Um, yeah, I wanted to ask this before we start to wrap it up. I don't know, have you listened to the new Lupe joint that he just dropped?
No, I'm
Okay,
I'm 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 so out of the loop with new
right.
shit, bro. Like all all I listen like all I listen to is old stuff. Like, and you probably can relate to this. Well, you have to listen to new shit because like that's you have to.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
being the old, being the old head that I am, I'm just like, man, like I know what makes me feel good listening to, and I just go back to the catalog and then nostalgia. So I'm very
Right.
much out of the loop with new music. I think that the most recent new, and it's not even really that new stuff that I was keeping was like the Camp Low stuff that they did with oh man, you can tell I've been drinking, but the new Camp Low stuff, which is not even that new, and I think only one of the really newer cats that I'm really checking, or two of the newer cats. At the Joey Badass stuff, I'm really kind of checking his style because he's so 90s East Coast.
Right,
But I'm
right.
very much out of the loop with new hip hop. I will admit to that.
Now I was just wondering because he started off the album with a Spanish track, and
Mm.
my Spanish is very limited, despite the fact that I took 5 years of Spanish, and I went to Spain, but I can read it better than I can can comprehend it through listening. Speaking, don't even ask. But so some of the words, I mean, I could pick up, but I was just like wondering if you had heard it and your thoughts on it. Because for me, it's like, oh, he rapping in Spanish. Oh, that's cool, but I don't know what the hell he's saying.
Yeah,
Except for
no.
like
So
Bezos or
he is he actually rapping in Spanish, or did he just like sample something in Spanish?
no, he's rapping. He is, and he,
Okay, see now I'm intrigued, and now I
yeah,
really got to listen to
yeah,
that because I I
yeah.
gotta I have pass judgment as a Latino man on this. I mean, I don't even when I rap in Spanish, it'll just be like one or two lines. I would never. I can't do a whole track in Spanish,
No, he
but
did. He did a
interesting.
whole track, and I think it was part because it's the first part of it is a concept. So I'm trying to figure out is part of because the first part is basically about the slave trade. So
Mm.
I'm not sure if he's rapping in Spanish to represent, I guess, the Spaniard or not even Spanish. I think Portugal, Portuguese start of the slave trade, and that's why he started the album that way. But yeah, he's spitting. So, but
Okay, that's
regardless,
interesting. I'll definitely have to check that out.
yeah, man. But we come to the end. But before we get up out of here, man, and I definitely had more questions. I may have to actually come up to the station tomorrow so we can chop it up for real, for real. But before we get up out of here, man, if you can let the people know how they can get and at least get to your catalog so they can pay that little $9 to buy your whole catalog. Like, just let them know how they
Yeah.
can get in contact with you, bro.
Simple. BusterWolf.net is the main website where you could find everything. And like I said, the whole catalog can be purchased for a very negligible price because it is what it is. I don't really care about money like that. But if you're on Spotify, I'm on there. A lot of my stuff, not all of it, but most of it. iTunes, Google Play, basically any streaming service other than I don't think I'm on Tidal, but hey, worth looking up. But if you really want to help me out and support what I do, I would just say go to BusterWolf.net. Most of my stuff is on there from even from when your boy was didn't even have Logic yet and couldn't make beats and I was beatboxing over a guitar loop and shit. So if
Hey,
you want to check out my whole kind of progress as an artist, I would just say go there, BusterWolf.net. If you want to read some of my poems or see my drawings and photography and some of the other shit I'm into, go to LoFiLoop.com. That's kind of like my portfolio site. If you really just want to check out the tunes, just check me out on. I know a lot of y'all are using Spotify, so just check me out on there. Whatever is the easiest way for you to do it.
word. So if you're interested, y'all make sure y'all do that. Other than that, yo, bro, I appreciate you. I know it was I try to be at least a week in advance, but you know what I'm saying. So for me it was last minute. But I appreciate you being on here. This is interesting. I know it's gonna be dope. I can't wait to put my own podcast after it's put out. So yo man, I appreciate you, bro. Straight up.
Well, I appreciate you, man, and everything you do. And I don't think I really say it enough because I see you often enough to have told you this by now. But I appreciate you holding down Tallahassee hip hop and just being such a integral part of 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 that movement and everything that you and J.See do, all that work that y'all put in. Um, you guys, and of course, I just real quick want to shout out to my 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 dude, my brother, my homeboy Artisan P. I know you had him on the show. That is literally my brother.
Word.
I love what Tariq Knockout is doing. Obviously, Cat Six
Word.
and Rotoro and just all the everybody keeping hip hop interesting and unique and worth checking out in Tallahassee. Like, I've been here for like 12 years now, and we have this really dope, thriving, unique hip hop scene right now worth checking out. So everybody listening right now, make sure you dive into that. Come out to the shows. You know what I'm saying? Support everybody. You know, support Tariq Knockout and everything he's doing, and Artisan P. Like he works so hard.
Word.
And tune in to V89 on Saturdays and listen, you know, to the sounds of your city. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all will shell out so much money for people that you'll never see or meet. You know what I'm saying? But like support what's right here in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Like we working so hard for this, like because we love it.
Right.
We care about it, and we wanna make sure that our city is properly represented. So check out Cat 6 and Rotoro and J.See and Enigma Sept, you know what I'm saying? And just we out here, man. We're trying to just do unique, good, original music, and because we love it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we real people. We ain't out here like, you know what I'm saying? Like we struggling just like y'all.
Right.
But
we not here in Bugattis and Lamborghinis.
Right. Like, but, you know, we try to do the music thing on top of that, and you know, support local music. Tallahassee is just amazing when it comes to local music and art and everything. So take advantage of that. Come out to the shows, man. It's gonna be worth your time. I promise you. Straight
up, man. Team to preach that word that I've been trying to preach for so long. So this is my man BusterWolf, because shit's real, man. Like support local acts. You know what I'm saying? Stop all the bullshit. So without further ado, man, again,
and
appreciate
always tune into the Underground Railroad every Saturday. You got to. That's the way of life. Do that.
Again, BusterWolf was trying to hijack my podcast because I was gonna get into keep jacking, bro. Yo, chill. Nah.
I can just jack yours.
Right. Pause on all that.
Yo, make sure. One of the hardest working cats too. That's the MC and DJ 8 of the L. Shout out to them. Of course, my brothers. Yo, for real.
Yo, straight up, HDL saved my life. Steph saved my life. Both them boys done saved my life. Messing around, doing stuff I ain't got no business doing. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Team clear people.
Right. Team clear for real. But yo, check it. Y'all make sure y'all check your boy out. I'll be running the show at Underground Railroad Saturday. This is the podcast. It's already past Saturday. Don't worry about it. But I'll be up there. Also, too, y'all be safe and spend your homecoming. I'm repping Rattlers all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? That's where I got that degree from. So I believe orange and green. Believe that. Also, too, speaking of orange and green, Gold State beat Miami, or at least try. Miami don't score more than 50 points on my boys. They trying. So y'all chill down there in Dade County. Other than that, this is the Enigma Sept Hour with your boy Enigma September, and we out of here. Peace.
This session is no longer being recorded.
Ouch. Get the screen. Yes.